Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So we have breaking news. We know that earlier this week, Jaron Ennis took to his social media to say that big news was coming in a couple of days. Now, we know that Jaron Ennis has said this on multiple occasions and that news never materialized. But in this particular case, it did. Now, we know that late last year, earlier this year, Geron Ennis was going through some litigation in regards to his contract. And now he's gotten those things situated. And because of that, he is now officially signed to Matchroom Promotions. Now, Geron Ennis' name has been tied to multiple fighters over the last several months, including Cody Crowley, also Mario Barrios. But none of these fights have materialized. Earlier this week, it was rumored that his next fight will be against Conor Benn. Now, we didn't do a video on this because his name has been rumored and tied to so many different fighters that we just dismissed it. But now, since he's tied to Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Promotions, I believe there's a high probability that this fight is actually going to materialize. So I do believe Conor Benn versus Jaron Ennis is next. And I do like that fight for Geron Ennis because it's a big fight. It's a big name opponent. And Geron Ennis needs the opportunity to showcase his skills. And that's all we want. We want Geron Ennis to get the opportunity to showcase his skills. And Geron Ennis wants the opportunity to showcase his skills. But not only that, he wants the opportunity to become undisputed at welterweight, which is a big deal. And that's what we want to see. Now, the question is, does Eddie Hearns have the ability to put him in a position to actually unify the titles? That's a great question, but also, does he have the ability to put him in a position to make him a superstar? And that's another question that you have to ask, right? So the question is twofold. I actually do think he may have the ability to put him in a position to become undisputed, or at least close to it. So I went to Matchroom to see who they have listed at welterweights, and they have 6 welterweights listed here. One of them is a woman, but out of the 6 welterweights, Conor Benn is listed. Also, Cyrus Pattinson, Jaron Ennis is now listed. Pat McCormick, also a gentleman named Shakram Jiyasov. Okay, if you go and look at the rankings in the WBO, the WBA, and the WBC, both Conor Benn and Jiyasov are both ranked very highly. So there's a possibility at the point in which Terrence Crawford relinquished the WBO, WBA, and WBC titles, those gentlemen would be in a position to capture those belts, which means if Geron Ennis actually waits instead of fighting Conor Benn next, he could be in position to actually unify a title in his next fight with Conor Benn if he waits. I don't know if that's the plan, but if he does wait, he could be in position to win that title. And then if Jiyasov actually gets the opportunity to get a unification, get an eliminator opportunity, or the opportunity to fight for one of those vacant titles, he could be in position to win a third title. Now, the other question is, can he make him a star? And that's the one that I struggle with, because when you think about Eddie Hearns, what stars have Eddie Hearns created? Anthony Joshua, yeah, but Joshua's going to be a star regardless, because Joshua has the look, heavyweight, power. The guy was going to be a star regardless. Boots, got all the skills in the world. I love the style. Exciting fighter. But Boots doesn't have. Boots, to me personally, you need the right marketing plan to put Boots into a position where he can become a star. It's almost like, when I think about like athletes, specific types of athletes, if they're not gregarious, if they're not charismatic, you need the right marketing plan. Like when I think about like a Anthony Hardaway, I don't know, you older generation folks out there who know about Penny Hardaway. Penny was not a guy that was charismatic. He didn't have that type of personality. So they put Little Penny with him. And Little Penny sold Big Penny. So they had the correct marketing plan in order to sell Penny. I'm just throwing that out there. So you need the right marketing plan for a guy like Jaron Ennis, leveraging who he is in order to sell him to the general public to make him a star. I don't know if Eddie can do that. I mean, he's been working with Devin. I love Devin, but Bill is the mouthpiece there. Devin's still really not the star. Who else has he worked with? Maybe I'm missing somebody. Maybe I'm just not thinking about somebody that Eddie has worked with. That's a real star. But if I go and look at the roster, forgive me for all the clearing of my throat, but got a little cold right now. But looking through the roster here, got Sabril Matias has recently signed with them. Got Bival that's listed here. Got Campbell Hatton, which son of Ricky Hatton, somebody you should be able to make a star just because of the namesake. And he's not a star. I don't know, man. He does have an L though, but I don't know. Ennis went ahead and made a move. Personally, I think he should have signed with somebody like PBC and leverage their network and their resources, because I think they would have been able to put him in a position to be more of a star. But Boots had to do what he had to do. I mean, there was a reason why he wanted to sign with Matchroom. Obviously, there was something that they offered him that he felt that no other entity could offer. So I'm happy for him, because I think this is at least going to get him active. And I think as fans, that's what we really want to see. We want to see Geron Ennis be active. So whether it's with PBC or anybody else, I'm just happy that he's going to be in the ring and getting active, as Boots like to say. So this is big news. We'll see what ends up happening. If they're strategic, and if it were me and they're being strategic, I would try to put Conor Benn in a position to win a title at welterweight. He's ranked highly, I believe, within the WBA and the WBC. I believe he's in the top 3 for both. So there's an opportunity for him to win a title there. I think Giashaw, I think I'm saying his name right. I think he's in the top 3 for two out of the 3 sanctioning bodies as well. So there's a chance for Boots to definitely unify based off of the move. And if that was the reason, the rationale for going over to Eddie Hearns, and if the contract is short, then it could make sense, because he will be able to accomplish his goal making that move. So you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. Good move by Jaron Ennis to go over there and sign with Matchroom. Will he be active? Will he be more active over there with Matchroom? I would certainly believe so. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, M Sports Media, and I am out.